The power is ours. The power is ours. It's Leon X, the Human Liberator, and this is Take Charge of Your Life. It's our self-mastery series where we discuss some strategies, tactics, processes. We discuss some ideas and concepts that we could implement right now that will measurably increase the quality of our life. We take charge of our life every day knowing that we must choose optimism versus pessimism. We must choose abundance over scarcity. We must choose optimism over pessimism. We must choose abundance over scarcity. We must choose harmony over confusion. We must choose righteousness over wickedness. We must make the choice every single day. All right, and that's what take charge of our life is about. Fully understanding that a few errors in judgment repeated every day is what has led us to any type of what appears to be failures in our life. And a few simple disciplines practiced every day is the remedy for that. Okay, so how do we go from a few errors in judgment to a few simple disciplines practiced every day? Okay, because if you would have thought different things in the past and done different things in the past, you would be in a completely different situation today. But the things and the decisions that you made based on your belief system and your awareness is what created this result called your life. The result called your physical reality. The result called your spiritual reality. The result called your emotional reality. You see, it's based on your beliefs. Right? Your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your character, and your character becomes your destiny. Okay, but what happens if your beliefs are not your own? What happens if your beliefs are in error? Then your destiny will be in error. Right? If the formula is our inner world creates our outer world, if the formula says our emotional plus our mental plus our spiritual world equals the physical world, what happens when our emotional, our mental, and our spiritual world is in three different places? Wouldn't the key be harmonizing our emotional, mental, and spiritual world so then we could manifest into physical reality whatever we desire? Hey, peep this. Y'all know what this is? This what I've been on lately. I finally remembered how to spell. This video is not about spelling, but it is about limitations. Okay, this episode of Take Charge of Your Life is limitations. Limitations. Where do they come from? Limitations come from ignorance, not knowing. Limitations come from your beliefs and lies. Your fear can only exist in the space where there's uncertainty about the future. If you're uncertain about the future, then that space of uncertainty is the only space that fear can fill. So if you feel fearful, it's because that space called the future is full of uncertainty instead of knowing. Which means that you might believe something, but you don't know. What do you know versus what you believe? Know. Knowledge. Know the ledge. Let's break the word down, fam. Knowledge, right? KNOWLEDGE. Knowledge. Know. Ledge. Okay? We know that two words put together doesn't make one word. It's a compound word, family. Know. The ledge. No ledge. Know the ledge. The ledge would be the end. Right? If I'm running on a cliff, the end of the cliff is the ledge. If I'm hanging off the ledge, I'm hanging off the end. Knowing the end. Knowledge is knowing the end. When you know the end, it removes uncertainty about the end. And when there's no uncertainty about the end, there is no fear. When there is no uncertainty about the end, there is no limitation. That's why Bruce Lee said, if I must have limitation, I choose no limitation as limitation. Make the choice, family. This is Take Charge of Your Life. It's our self-mastery series. Today we're talking about limitations. Okay? Did you know that all limitations are self-imposed? Did you hear that? Self-imposed. Which means you have, in order for it to be a limitation, you have to believe in it. You have to believe the lie, be live, right? Be live, Eve, right? Be live, right? You have to believe the lie, which is your limitation, in order for it to be. You understand what I'm saying? Are you following me? There is no limitation except for self-imposed limitations. That's why when people get caught up in because I understand, I'm wise enough to understand that it's wickedness versus righteousness, it's good versus evil, it's harmony versus disharmony, it's construction versus destruction, it's building versus destroying. Okay? And there's people in every shade and every pigment that are here to build, and there's people that's here in every shade and every pigment that's here to destroy. And so understanding the difference and knowing the end, knowing the ledge, it removes uncertainty from the end, right? But let's say, because I used to think, right, because some people think that a certain group, if this certain group removes themselves off of the planet or disappears, then all of our problems will disappear. I'm here to tell you that if all pilgrims remove themselves from Earth today, we woke up in the morning and there were no pale faces on the planet, we would still have to deal with the self-imposed limitations. We would still have to deal with the programming and the spells that are casted amongst us, that we continue to cast and perpetuate on ourselves, our children, and our communities. I'm here to tell you that if all pilgrims exist or ceased to exist, we would still have to do the internal work before we feel the external glory of freedom. Before we feel the external glory of abundance, before we feel the external glory of harmony, we must first kill, we must die of our old self. We must die of our self-imposed limitations. We must die to who we thought we was for who we actually are. So not only can we be reborn, they say reborn, that's what they mean by being reborn in the flesh or in the spirit. But let's try this. We were never even born to begin with. We were formed. So and then you continue to reform yourself. Because how were you born when you were already alive in the intelligence which is contained in the seed of your pops? And before your pops was born, you and your dad was contained intelligently in the seed of his father. So before your grandfather was born, you, your dad, and your grandfather was contained in the intelligence, which is the seed of your great-grand. And that continues to go back all the way to the beginning. So you've always been here. Do you remember? So don't limit yourself to these codes. Don't limit yourself to these spells. Don't limit yourself to these statutes and these ordinances. Just because everyone else is doing it doesn't make it right. Just because everyone else is doing it doesn't make it right. It makes it left. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? So when we talking about limitations, fam, because I'm about to get out of here, but I just wanted to let y'all know that if you must have limitation, choose no limitation as limitation. Because all limitations are self-imposed. Those who think they can and those who think they can't are both right. You are correct. If you think you can do that, you are absolutely correct. If you think you cannot do that, you are absolutely correct. If you think you're the greatest of all time, you are absolutely correct. If you think that you're a bum on the street, or what does it say, a sinner, or a wench, you are absolutely correct. You choose. You have the power. The purpose of life is to decide your purpose. Decide who you're going to serve, what you're going to serve. Wickedness or righteousness. You're going to serve the heights, Christ consciousness, or your lowest self. Are you going to serve the physical plane, or what's behind it and in front of it? They said that it was impossible. Yo, peep this. Peep this. See that? You see that? A couple centuries ago, they said it was impossible and unrealistic for me to be able to do this. Wow. Wait, hold up. A couple centuries ago, they said it was unrealistic for me to do this. Let there be light. Let there be darkness. A couple centuries ago, they said it was unrealistic for an invisible force called electricity to go through tubes to turn into little pockets of sun. They said it was unrealistic for metal to fly, for you to shape metal and fly it over water, carrying people in it. But guess what? I've been on a plane over 500 times. Like, I shouldn't say 500 times. At least 200 times I've been on a plane. But they said that was unrealistic. Good thing the Wright brothers didn't think so. What if he listened to the common man? What if he listened to the sheep? What if he listened to the person who's poor, confused, and embarrassed? Why would I take advice from someone who's unfulfilled? You are not happy. You are unfulfilled. You are frustrated. You are discouraged. But you want me to take advice from you? Why would I do that? Why would anyone in their right mind take advice from someone who is not living a purpose-filled life? Doesn't make much sense, does it? No, it doesn't. So the authority in which I speak from is already from a place of fulfillment, a place from inner clarity, a place from self-mastery, a place from knowing, a place from remembering. Listen, fam, I remembered the whole alphabet. This is the seed of life, the flower of life. This is eternity. But you don't even know what it means. You don't even know that every single letter and every single word that you could think of is contained in this. But you don't even know that. You can't even remember. You can't remember because you still speak English. You speak English, so you're caught in the code. You're caught in the spell. When you spell the words the way that you know that, or you think, or were taught they were supposed to be spelled, what they say? That's why they call it spelling, because it's magic. It's turning your ideas to physical things. It's alchemy. Because you're a sorcerer and a sorceress and a witch and a wizard. But you don't know that because those types of words spook you. So then therefore, the spell casters are the ones that control you. But the spells got you thinking that you control yourself. The spells got you thinking that you have original thought, when in fact, you are just operating out of your conditioning. Because you can't even remember, nor do you care what the language was before they called it English. You think I'm speaking English right now, but I'm not. I'm speaking sound, frequency, and vibration. What's between me and you right now? A whole lot of space. This is telepathic communication. I don't know what's in between me and you, but I know it's a bunch of space, and I don't know if you can't reach out and touch me physically, but you could feel me. You could feel me on the inside of you, though. Because I'm not speaking at you. I'm inside of you. I'm inside of you right now. Speaking from the inside. I'm from the inside of you looking out. And you're on the outside of me looking in, wondering what this feeling is that you're having right now. You're on the outside of me looking in, but I'm on the inside of you looking out. So I'm looking at myself from the inside of you. But that's too deep for you. Just like this looks flat to you. Why would you just limit this to being flat? When I turn it this way, is it flat? Do you not see? Do you not see the center point? Do you not see it, Roz? Do you not see it beneath? Do you not know what's behind this? There's something got to be behind this. How can we even see it if it's not behind it? Hold up, family. This video is a take charge of your life. It's not mental magic. This video is about taking full responsibility for the space that you occupy, becoming your greatest version so you could become the greatest asset to the collective. That's what this is about. That's what I speak to make you moderately to mildly to severely uncomfortable with your mediocrity, make you uncomfortable with who you've been thus far, make you uncomfortable with not knowing. Wisdom of the world available and you choose not to read. So check this out. You don't even tap into the original mind which created all books and all things, but then you don't even tap into the minds that have actually manifested. You want people to support you, but who do you support? You want people to help you, but who do you help? You see this right here? This is my book. I'm an author, right? This is me. Knowledge is the new money. Get you some, right? This is my book, right? You might think that this is English in here, but it's not. It's frequency and vibrations. When you begin to read these words, you will hear them in your head. You will begin to picture the images and the symbols which are contained with each word, and on each page, an invisible chain will be broken. Because this is a book of sorcery to break invisible chains. So don't be conformed to this world. Be transformed by renewing your mind. How do you renew your mind? By dying of your old self and reforming with a childlike willingness to learn, a childlike curiosity to understand, because once you know everything, then you don't know nothing. And one thing that I do know is that I don't know everything. And the other thing that I know is all limitations are self-imposed. And so don't limit yourself to English. Don't limit yourself to your past. Don't limit yourself to your memory. Most people, they act out of their memory and wonder why they're poor, confused, and embarrassed, when they're not engaging or investigating any of their internal personal power to invoke their will towards imagination to manifest that which was imagined into physical form. You can limit yourself to English all you want, But this where the alphabet came from, though. This is symbolism. This ain't English. You think this? I'm speaking English, but I could communicate with this if you knew. Like, is this English? No, this is spelling right here. This is real spelling. And it's no limitation. No limitation is my limitation. And that's what this video of Take Charge of Your Life is about. You are only limited by what you think and believe you're limited by. They used to think that man could not run a mile under 4 minutes. It was impossible for man to run a mile under 4 minutes. And then one day, Roger Bannister ran a mile under 4 minutes. Next thing you know, over 100,000 people have done it, including high school students. Why? Because they knew that it was possible. Because they knew that it could be. It was done before. It could be done again. He can do it. I can do it. So if there's so in the principle of duality, right? Right. Hold on. Feel it. You see this? 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 So you can choose to be ignorant. Like Hosea 4:6 says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge because you rejected knowledge. So I'll reject your children. That's what it says in some of y'all's favorite book. So you want to, so it's levels, fam. It's levels. It's literally, if this doesn't mean anything to you, then it should. Because I'm about to end this video real quick. But first, I want to spell make the choice because I want you, because we're not using limitations, right? And the hashtag for Take Charge of Your Life series is make the choice. Because, like I said, every day we must choose righteousness over wickedness. We must choose abundance over scarcity. We must choose prosperity over limitation. We must choose yes to our goals, our dreams, our unfolding future versus no. You could either walk into someone else's limitations or march into your own reality. And I'm here to tell you that my reality has no limitations. People would think that I'm limited by time and space, but where are you and where am I? You could hear and feel me right now, so am I limited by time and space? I'm making this one video right now, but it's going to be played for the rest of the time that history of Facebook has videos up. Am I trapped by time? Don't limit yourself to the things that... Listen. See this right here? I'm gonna spell make the choice in this, and then we out. So here's the M. M A K E, right? T H E, choice, right? C H O I S. Where did S go? There's the S right there. It's the S is just 2 8s half. Oh, well, damn, y'all couldn't even see it. I wasn't even in the line. Y'all couldn't see it. Anyway, the S is right there. It's 2 8s. It's half of it. And then E. right? So listen, if I could just make the choice in this, then why need English? Why limit yourself to English? If this is where if this is where the alphabet comes from, why limit your... This is all I'm saying. Have no limitation as limitation. It's Leon X, the human liberator, founder of Born Royalties, Success, and Achievement Club. You can apply at bornroyalty.org/apply. You can go to bornroyalty.org/90days and see our upcoming campaign. 90 days of elevated living. It's your 12-week guide to dramatic life change. And so, until we speak again, friends, remember, the only limitation you have is the one you set up in your own mind, or you allow others to set up for you. Stay grateful.